morph. We've seen games with Savage and Fnatic where his morphling falls flat, and that is if the opposing team punishes too hard. So that's what Execration needs to do. Among Us, it's a straightforward lineup. It's still the same game plan. Protect Savage, play as 4, and start to build up in that mid game.
It's going to be a fun match. And again, Execration, they looked good in Game 1, so I really want to see them provide us with the similar performance from Game 1 and see if they can take a game off Among Us, because they are still 100% win rate. See how it all pans out. Of course, you expect Carl on that Ember, get a quick Spirit Vessel up to deal with Savage. And you pointed this out earlier on in this draft, but it's probably a really good idea to try and focus on shutting down Savage, rather than letting him have so much time to farm. And I realize it's easier said than done up against Among Us, because they do tend to play a 4-protect-1 with Savage, which is the way he likes to play. But you've really got to get in there and get something done against this Morphling. Otherwise, he's just going to take over again. Yeah, it's going to be problematic.
Yeah, and I think this time around, Raging Potato, again, he has the tool to punish that Morphling. It's a Bloodseeker Morphling lane directly. So when you do harass Savage down, when he's trying to juggle it around, your direct lane partner, your direct lane opponent is going to be able to actually put some work in. So I appreciate what Execration's going to do here. It still feels pretty confident, though, from Among Us, because, again, they still pick the Morphling up into that blood. Feels like maybe they have an idea of how the matchup goes. And do they just pause to spam that, Mike? It feels like it sometimes, doesn't it?
You know what I'm starting to realize, John? After listening to it for 1,000 times now, I'm starting to believe the voice actor might be a smoker. The way he laughs at the start sounds very sounds like he might be struggling to breathe a little bit there with that laugh. But if you're out there, kids, don't smoke. It's very, very bad for you. Don't get in that trap. No.
I love what Carl's saying, Mike. So, saying that the walking Moonshard's back. That's what my Whitemon on the Ogre. That's it.
Oh,
that's all he is.
Yeah.
The walking Moonshard.
I mean, that's really
you don't have to say it, though.
Isn't it annoying when you have an Ogre in your team and the one job they have is to bloodlust you and they just can't even do that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It sickens me, John.
I'm sure we won't see that from Whitemon. In fact, I want to talk about Whitemon a bit. In the last game at the end, he had that Ags again. He had Aetherlance Ags. He had all the farm on his pause 5 Rimstroke. And every game he does this. We may not point it out all the time. Every game he finds that secret farm somehow. So I'm looking forward to what he does in the Ogre. Is he going to go for that Midas build? Sounds a bit greedy, but considering how this guy finds the farm, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think it is greedy, though. I think it's the way to play Ogre right now. Yeah, I mean, I understand the concept of, going Midas as a first core item is not great in, come on now. He does this every time, Whiteman. And for once, Roshan had enough and bashed him. Every time he goes at this Roshan, now Cuckoo's going to get involved. Leave him alone.
Why? Are they trying to bait a level 1 Roche and forcing response? I don't think Execration would fall for that, but...
I don't know why Whiteman does that every game. I'm not sure what it is, but... Here we go again. BDC's going to run in like, is anyone in there? I guess not. Nobody's doing Roshan. Back to the bounty rune spot where they are going to have a fight over it, but Whitemon does manage to actually take it away from Palos. And looks like it'll be a 2-for-2 anyway. He's Raging. He did get both the bottom bounty runes.
It's an even start. You do see a bit of a clump up top, but they're going to split it off. Of course, you can't leave Savage alone, so you're going to have the dual lane of Savage with Whitemon up against that Bloodseeker CM. Really potent. I would be worried about the level 2, level 3 spikes here off the Blood CM. Have to watch that Crystal Nova with the Blood Riot and the Root. Once those start to land, it's going to be easy enough to find those kills if you want them.
It is. Savage is going to probably find that out the hard way if he's not too careful. Of course, you have a look over to that mid lane, John. You've got Carl and Abed up against each other on the Ember Kunkka. And we kind of briefly talked about this in the drafting phase, but it gets to a point against the Kunkka where you just can't lane anymore because he'll just keep swinging at you with that Tidebringer.
Yeah, and, it's a risky one, huh? Cool.
You're seeing it right now, like Carl is just falling very, very low on HP. He's going to cop another one very soon. He'll try to dodge it, but he does not get away with it. And now he just can't lane. He's going to bring more salves out, but he might die beforehand if he's not careful, because Arbet does have a torrent available right now. Carl has to be very focused in on making sure he does dodge it, or just get the salve first, which is slowly coming. Arbed will just deny a whole creep wave away from Carl.
And that's just how you build up as the Kunkka. And Carl, he went for that Flame Guard build as well. You don't have too much tankiness here with Flame Guard, because Tidebringer is still a spell. So if you did opt for, say, Searing Chains instead, you might be able to punish Abed overextending, but you don't have that.
White one. He loves that line. It's going to be so annoying for the other players.
Oh,
he'll just run in with
up top.
He's going to be in trouble, but he's trying to fight back up against RR, and it looks like he's kind of winning, or maybe not. He gets the lift off in time. RR is going to try and get in range for a Scatter Blast, but we'll let it go. Jams will get salved up, and he'll be able to survive. And RR is looking to perhaps make the walk of shame back to home. It's he's bought a salve, but it's going to take a long time for it to come out on the courier.
Yeah, and this is going to hurt Palace's lane. Already off to a bit of a rocky start, 8-4. Compare that to Savage at 13-3, not a free time. And Cuckoo, level 3 mark, you know, has the enchant at level 2. If you come in for a last hit, he will hit you. And he does a lot of damage early on with that enchant.
He does. Cuckoo is maxing it out, not going for the Fisher. Is, I guess, the way to play the offlane Shaker. Just max your W and E, and that way you can just dominate the lane, and it's not like you're really going to need the Fisher anytime soon. I actually do like that out from Cuckoo. It's down to the bot lane. It looks like they are trying to go onto Savage again with that silence, but he's going to try and fight back now up against Raging. And we'll be able to actually trade harassment very, very nicely. In fact, they get a Fire Blast with a waveform out. Raging is low, but the Bloodright Frostbite is there, but it's not going to be enough. And they'll turn back around now onto BDZ. And the Morphling will survive because he can morph strength whenever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, the combination is there. They're just not quite landing it in the same way you would expect. They need to get the Frostbite as well with the silence to really get the damage in. Savage, though, on the edge.
Gonna be alright. He's just not dying, and well, he's got no regen, so he has to be very, very cautious, but he's an expert with this Morphling, John. He does tend to really, really play on the edge. And of course, he doesn't really seem to give a crap about the thirst of Raging Potato.
No, it's not doing too much for Raging anyway. Like, he gets to move faster, sure. He doesn't have the opportunity to go up. This is down to Whitebond, just being super annoying, although Savage.
That's a nice Frostbite out. He eats a Fairy Fire. Raging still trying to go at it, but probably will realize soon he can't get the kill in mid lane. Arbet able to get a solo First Blood pickoff onto Carl, and well, that was top lane. Jabs and Cuckoo, they kill off Palos.
Oh man, just all of a sudden that spring unwinds and it just blows up. Among Us, 2 kills off the bat. Really important ones as well. Slowing down the PL is big, but slowing down Carl is even bigger. He's at level 4.5 while you've got Abed just about to hit 6. Like, that's such a big difference between the Ember and the Kunkka. If you're not careful, you're going to see yourself overwhelmed as the game goes on.
Bloodright is out onto Whitemon, but he's going to try and fight back. Still, the Frostbite is going to be out, but now the Fire Blast back towards Raging Potato, and he is falling very, very low. One more hit from Savage will do the job, but he cannot reach. But they'll force Raging to back off. He'll still be able to stay in lane, though. He is a Bloodseeker after all. He can heal himself up. But still, this bot lane has been quite explosive from these two teams. Nobody really dies yet.
Yeah, that's really to the benefit of Savage, because he's just dancing around. Yeah, I mean, if you can't land your spells like that, he just gets the farm up and
Arbet
on the bleeding edge.
Interesting mode out for... Oh, it actually connects! Oh, Jabs, he got the lift back into the boat. And that is some trust in your teammate from Abed. You love to see it, though.
Oh, yeah. And they're just piling on that lead. Level 7 now in Abed. Level 5 in Carl. Not the best of progress for the Ember. Trio. They're all getting some chip damage down mid. They need to defend this tower. It's key for them to have that area controlled for catch-up farm.
They really need to help Carl. He's getting demolished in this mid lane, John. He's 15 last hits behind. In terms of levels, Abed's level 7, Carl is level 5. This is a really, really poor start for an Ember, but this is what was set to happen up against the mid Kunkka. And I don't know how you catch up now. Like, you can use the Flame Guard to farm the jungle, but we've seen it before. It's just not fast enough.
No, it's definitely not. I think at this point, you just want to get your level 6 in Carl. Then you can find some openings. Bot lane, of course, we've seen how low Savage gets. If you have one more body to toss out, you might find it to be enough. But until that point, until you have those remnants, you're just going to be stuck playing catch-up for a bit more there on Execration's end.
Absolutely. Oh, Abed lands another nice torrent in the mid lane. Carl at least does have the bottle up, so he can heal himself up for a bit. But now it is going to be empty, so we'll need to go try to get that filled up. Bot lane raging. He's going to run away and be fine, but top lane, Jabs going at it, but a nice cookie out from RR, connecting on 2. That should be Jabs going down, but Cuckoo, he has the Echo. He wants to keep chasing after RR and maybe set up himself for a kill, and he does. Now Jabs going to turn back around to Palos with the Fade Bolt, and Echo is going to be there in time. He'll get the kill on the Rubik, but it's going to cost the Phantom Lance's life, and poor BDZ might even go down, as Cuckoo does have the brown boots up, so he can just keep chasing. He's got mana for a Fisher now. Gets it out with another enchant totem. It'll be a triple.
Oh my god.
Oh, Cuckoo. What an Earthshaker play.
Oh. That timing, right on the edge of the map of the camp.
Mid lane, Carl does juke out the torrent. Now with the haste trying to go after Abed, but he'll throw the boat out. Another Tidebringer hit, Carl. You have to be careful. Abed's getting close. One more would do it, but he can't get in range. Carl, he'll bottle up. Another Tidebringer hit. Now the TP on Abed. He can't cancel. No, he remnants back into the T1 tower.
Ooh.
What is going on here?
Oh, it's just a dance. A back and forth tango between the Ember and the Kunkka. Water and fire, Mike, doesn't blend well, but you're seeing Abed really start to pull ahead. Of course, they did manage to find Punishment Bot. They did get one kill on Savage. That's a big one in exchange for Palos. Have to be cautious now, though. There's still a 2k lead here for Among Us. We're at the 9-minute mark. They're setting your eyes up top. Savage, despite dying, his farm is still better than Palos, and that's not what you want to see from PL. Gonna have to take some time to recover here if you're Execration. Try to get the farm flowing on your Ember Spirit and on your PL. They are so far behind, they just need some space right now.
Well, the big problem's going to be as well, John. Savage with that Morbid Mask up now doesn't have to sit in the lane. He can just jungle, as bot lane Whitemon does end up going down, and that was not even a Rupture kill. It was just a easy kill out from BDZ and Raging. But as I was saying now, with the Morbid Mask up on Savage, he's never going to have to go back to a lane. He can just sit in jungle as long as he wants. And they're going to have to try and sort him out. You can't let him farm freely like this.
No, definitely not. Again, for Among Us, their win condition tends to be the Savage hero. And he just has free control up top. He's going to be dancing around that jungle, which will take away camps from Execration, because that's where Palos wants to play. So as he clears it out there, if he's not punished, he's just to grow bigger. You see the timings here from Among Us, though. My Cuckoo, he's got his blink up in the shaker, man. 10-minute mark, brown boots naked, but with that blink, you're just going to be going hunting, and we've seen him play around without it. With that blink, he's going to be that much more effective.
Yeah, I mean, naked Earthshaker. You don't need pants on to get an Echo Slam, John. Cuckoo gonna try and get it done naked. See if he can, as he does have the Echo up, and it looks like they do spot Raging. Jumps in for the Enchant Totem. Probably not even gonna bother with the Echo. Just gonna go for the easy kill. Raging Potato will end up dying. Kill will go to Jabs.
It's a decent pickup, gives him some control back would like to get that D ward, but they don't manage to really spot it out as well. Still holding on to that blink from Cuckoo. Still has the slam. So they're just gonna take their time. Execration, they do have level 8 in Carl. They want to make use of that power spike. Ults are up in their supports as well. And try to go hunting.
See if they can get anything. That DD rune up on Carl in the bottle should make it a bit easier to secure a kill. If they can find somebody for that matter. And, well, they just missed out on Savage. They're going to try and go into the triangle, but it is not going to be easy to get up there. And you still have the echo from Cuckoo. So it could be a very, very dangerous team fight to take. Perhaps mid lane. I mean, they spotted out Whitemon, but he's also going to back off in time. Smoke's going to wear off, so unfortunately for Execration, it's just about 30 seconds wasted.
Yeah, and that avoidance for Among Us just led to some free farm. Again, just Savage going unpunished. They just can't spot the guy. Execration. This is the one guy they just want to kill off. This is building up towards that Yasha into Manta now. And it's just a steady pace. He's still up there in farm. You are seeing some catch-up for Execration. Paulus has some room now a bot to build up for himself. He does build into the diffusal as well. So once you've got that in the PL, you can have more offensive options if you did really want to force a fight out early for Execration.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Carl and RR are going to move down to the bot lane, but they do run right past the outpost. So they ran right past Vision there, which is not going to help them get a gank. Into the mid lane. That T1 tower is very, very low, and Arbed looks to try and set up to just take it out. In fact, they've caught out RR again. Blood Right stolen by Jabs. He couldn't cookie away. With this Blood Right up on Jabs now, he's going to make it very, very hard to fight into the side of Among Us.
Yeah, it just limits your options so much more. It gives you so much more value on the X combos as well, in fact.
Yeah, Raging, that wasn't it, sir. The X is going to be out with the Torrent and Bone to come in, and the Blood Right for that matter. And that'll be your Bloodseeker dead, and even perhaps BDZ, who is caught on the CM. Well, Carl, he does come in to try and farm a bit on the Ember in that mid lane, but you can't overextend like that. Not up against a Kunkka.
No. And Paulus now?
Yeah, Blood Right's going to force him to doppel, but Cuckoo is going to jump in straight after with the perma stuns out. He does have the echo, but again, it doesn't seem like he needs it. Oh, it's starting to look really rough for Execration, as even Savage finding out RR. They'll frostbite him up, but a double torrent there from Arbed, and it looks like BDZ is probably going to tie again, and he will. Cuckoo now on a double kill. And they are going to set up for that bottom tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's just everything you could ask for Among Us. They got this runway start. Savage with just a Yasha is ready to go.
Denying the illusion rune away from Carl and laughing at him as he runs off. Carl's going to try and get revenge, but he's going to be careful. There is turn potential. Nice juke out on the enchant totem. It looks like Cuckoo will die. And Carl will give it back to him.
It's a nice pickup, finally punishing Cuckoo. It is a pickup you need on the Ember as well. That gives him his first earn charges. Sorry. Yeah, they're just annoying each other basically. They're both annoyed with each other.
I imagine Carl's pretty annoyed, John. He still hasn't got the Spirit Vessel up. We're 15 minutes in just about. They have had
Jabs.
no way to deal with Savage. Yeah, Jabs is trying to be funny here. Has the Slider Fist up. The Torrent's coming in with the lift. Carl needs to get out of here. Oh, he's been X'd up. Ahmed gonna hold him down for a bit. Jabs gonna remnant out of there in time. He'll be alright, but he does not get the bounty rune he wanted.
Oh man, these two teams just... It's a lot of back and forth. It's been a joy to watch, but Execration still need to play
Jabs,
catch-up.
he's got remnants, John. He's moving on to BDC. And he has the lift, he just didn't seem to want to use it on BDC, so he'll just let him walk out of there on the CM. But with the 4K net worth lead, you can really see by their play Among Us are feeling extremely confident right now, and so they should. You look at Arbed, John, he does have the Heaven's Halberd up. Just going to make it a lot harder for this PL to get any form of damage out. and even Carl for that matter. It's, in fact, speaking of Carl, the Torrent into the Fire Blast and the Bone. He's going to try and survive this, but there is so much to disable. Nice Sleight of Fist, however, but he has no Remnants out. And for some reason, Jabs will take the Sleight of Fist back his way.
Yeah, he just wants a new spell, you know? That's how Jab is, although raging.
Yeah, getting caught out by Whitemon. Jabs probably should have gone for the level 10 talent for the base damage if he's going to still Sleight of Fist like this. So it probably would have been a bit more worthwhile for him, but Bloodrite is going to be there now, and Raging is probably going to be raging as he does actually make it. No, he doesn't, Arbed. Cool guys don't look at explosions, John. Just turns around, swings the sword, and turns back around. It's a disgusting play out from Among Us.
Yeah, they're just styling on Execration. They're getting room, right? While Among Us is playing with some of these heroes, they're getting room for Palos. He's got the Yasha. He's saving up for the Diffusal. They are losing towers for this, but the farm buildup, it's something they do need. Even that Spirit Vessel is going to be
Cuckoo with the Echo out. Solo on to Palos. He's going to topple away. And Cuckoo's not done with him. He's acting like he wants the farm, and then next thing you know, he's blinking on top of you. Just such a stomp, this game number 2.
Yep. 16-4, 7K lead for Among Us. Every time they show up, they're just in trouble. It's not a good time. They're just being teased around now. Once you have the Spirit Vessel and Carl, you have a little bit more potency. I don't know if it's going to be enough. It just doesn't feel like it. They can't line up their openings. They can't find the right heroes to jump on. Their combinations are being used against them, especially with that Bloodrite. Like every time they see Raging, it's just a free spell. You called it from the draft, but it's so hard to play as a Bloodseeker into that Rubik. They're just going to have to keep trying, keep farming up, try to build that lead, but Among Us just straight into the pit.
Easy Roshan play. Be able to take this Rosh very, very simply. No contest whatsoever. That'll be your Aegis going over to 23 Savage. He's already looking very, very far to that Morphling with that Mat up. Going for the Lincoln Sphere next, and that's going to make him basically impossible to kill. And Execration, I mean, they're still looking for an answer. Palos does finally pick up the Diffusal Blade, but I just don't see it being anywhere near enough, just the way this game is going. And he needs to be careful. BDZ, he's going to spot out the smoke from the side of Among Us. That's going to mean BDZ is guaranteed to die. Whitemon will take it on the Ogre. At least it does give time for Palos and RR to leave the building, or maybe not, because Cuckoo is still chasing, but no. He's going to TP into that mid lane, where they're going to chase Raging Potato, but he does not connect with the Enchant Totem. Nevertheless, they have the X, and that'll mean Raging Potato is going to die.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, even if there's no Rubik around, if he turns into the Bloodseeker, Savage just gets a free Bloodrite as well, so you've got 2 ways to steal the Bloodrite off. And it's just putting a massive dent on Execration. We haven't even seen a Rupture come out, I don't think. I legitimately can't remember a time Raging threw out 1 Rupture in the past 19 minutes.
Holy moly! You know what? I think you're right. I haven't seen one either. He may have thrown one out.
Cuckoo.
The bot lane, trying to set up there on Palos. Go Slam was committed. Meanwhile, Arbit trying to deal with the backlines here, but a nice chains out into a Bloodrite, and now the Mortimer's Kisses. They can try to turn this, and they do get the Aegis off of 23 Savage, and also get the kill on Arbit. Savage back into BDZ, but that might cost him.
Ooh.
Oh, a bit of a greedy play out from the side of Among Us. Carl does have that vessel up now, so Savage could not strength morph properly, and suddenly Execration get a 3-for-1.
Oh, that's a massive bounce back for them. Finding the big kills they want, even ethering through the Aegis. they just get the work done. The team fight, you can see, is still potent. If you
Arbed telling him it's a good trade. Poor BDC.
You can see the team fights, alright? The CM dance in the back, the kisses flying out. That is a lot of damage. And the team fight potential for Among Us, not as easy to land when it does break out like that. So they have to be cautious. Cuckoo has to be on point with the slams and can be tricky, although.
Yeah, Raging's probably gone now. Cuckoo should have the control there with jabs, and they're going to let Savage come in for a free kill. Cuckoo, he's been so influential on this position 3 Earthshaker so far. 6, 1, and 8. You just don't know where he is because he's got those boosted travels up and he's just all over the map. He doesn't have the Echo Slam, but look at the damage he can do to Palos. Half his HP gone in an instant. And had he had the Echo, that probably would have been a guaranteed kill.
Yeah, he's just letting out warning shots here, Cuckoo. Make sure you watch your spots, watch your placing. But Among Us, even after that setback, right? They build right back to the 9K lead. You're still finding that steady build-up. BKB is going to be flying out next for Abed on the Kunkka. So once you've got that, you're going to have even more potential to stay up front and just get the control off. You're not going to care for those teamfight ults. You do have an SNY here on Palos. So he is a bit tankier. He might be a bit harder to burst down. And that gives him a little bit more presence as well when he does join these fights. So RPL somewhat bouncing back up. He's only about 1K behind Abed. Considering that start, this is actually not too bad for Palos. He's, the investment in the PL has, for the most part, paid off.
Does seem that way. Still, the game is nowhere near over, or is it a comeback for Execration yet? They've got a lot of work to do. It's not going to get too much easier now as Abed does have the BKB up on the Kunkka and is going into the Radiance build. And of course, to make matters worse, he does have an Imp-Claw. So guaranteed crit, and with the Tidebringer, he did just crit for 450 damage, which is quite substantial considering we are 23 minutes in.
Yep, they're gonna boost his damage by a ton. It's also saving for the Radiance, so
Raging, gonna get stunned up, is gonna die. They'd love to go for a bit more on Abed. He's looking for an X attempt onto somebody. They know Palos is in the tree line. Cuckoo gonna force him out now. Palos, can they get the right one? That's not the right target, but they do get the Echo off. Still, Cuckoo does die, but now Palos does also go down to Savage. And well, Carl is gonna try and make his way out, and does. But they got the target they wanted. I'm sure they'll be much, much more than happy to just back off for now if you are Among Us.
Yeah, I mean, you got the pause 1 core. You got the offlaner once more, trading away for your own offlane. Not too bad. This will give Execration a bit of time to just farm some camps while they can. Their tier 2 is going to be threatened. There's a wave coming in now. And Savage, with the Lincolns, is, as you mentioned, going to be a lot harder to deal with. Is a lot harder to deal with. They just don't quite have the burst to do it. Although now that Carl does have a Dezo, he can get some safe harassment out with just a sleight of fist spam. So it is starting to pile on a bit. Execration just needs to find that cleaner opening here. They have to stop sacrificing Raging. They need Raging around to just keep spamming his spells out.
Certainly agree. Remnant, Savage gonna wait for him, gets his own Ember Spirit morph and goes on to RR. Looks like RR is probably going to get blown up quite fast, so no, Palos is going to come in and try to fight back. Savage, he's running out of mana. He'll keep morphing back into the Ember and does eventually kill off the Snapfire. Now jabs from the back lines. He's going to come in with a nice lift, and he will Remnant away. Takes the Blood Rite once again from the Bloodseeker, and will turn it back around onto Palos, who is going to die to Savage. Now Carl, being X'd up, can't really Remnant out of this. He'll get used. Chained up by Savage, and well, in that Blood Rite could be in trouble, but another Yule's out. Now the enchant turner from Cuckoo. That'll be an ultra kill out for 23 Savage. And they can't get the Rampage because Raging Potato is across the map right now taking bounty runes. But still another great team fight for Among Us.
They're just slowly building up that lead even more. 13K now, 26 to 8, 25 minutes in. And Savage, he's just... how do you control this guy? Like, it's that point again in the game where Execration, they've just allowed Savage to build up way too much of a lead. He's at level 90 now. It's going to hit his level 20 power spike. And once he gets that waveform attacks targets, the rest of your team's probably going to melt that much faster when he does jump in.
You're also going to give props over to Jabs, John. He's been a real menace in these team fights. You saw that last team fight. He remnants away with the Ember Remnants, steals the Bloodright mid-remnant, and then uses it against Palos. It was just disgusting play from Jabs.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a real menace on this Rubik.
Absolutely has been. Still, there's a smoke here. Execration. Gonna try to make a play for the tier 2.
Look how hard that Bloodright makes it, though. You're going into this Rubik, and he's just got this ability that he can spam every 7-8 seconds. They're gonna try BDZ. The reveal, there is a rupture round onto Whitemon, but he's fine to take it. He's so tanky and raging. He's just going to die, but now Palos is going to jump in. Abed continues being fought as Cuckoo gets in with the Echo, and Palos, he does go down once again to Savage, and now they can just keep going for this team fight. Savage onto RR. Will eventually probably get this kill with the adaptive, but behind him, nice Crystal made an ulti onto Abed, might actually take him out and does, but they've still got to deal with Savage, who's on another triple kill, and now Palos trying to take him out on that Morphling, but Cuckoo is coming back in. He just can't get the job done. They've got to be careful. Savage still wants that Ultra. He's moving back into that high ground onto Raging Potato with the adaptive strike, but now is out of mana on the Morphling, and that'll be his cue to leave. Cuckoo gonna block the way. No, he looks to go back in now as the Phantom Lancer. Jabs. Raging Potato actually gonna get picked off here by our Rubik. Probably not, but Whitemon looking for a Fire Blast. Not gonna be able to get that off in time. Does get stunned up, but now Savage back into the team fight. No. Does clean up RR onto Palos, who's trying to doppel awake, but gets hit by the Bloodright of Jabs again. The Glimmer Cape will save him. It's a very, very tough predicament, John. 3 buybacks expended for Execration. They don't really get much out of it either. Maybe they could pick off Cuckoo, but he gets invis. And, oh boy, he's going to go in. Back again with the Bloodright. They're going to silence up too. They take out BDZ. Now back in onto Carl, but he will actually take out Jabs. Are they overextending here among us? A nice fish round from Cuckoo, but he is alone and will die, but now Savage wants to go in. 1 by 1. They look to burst down Carl, and they do. Savage now on the chase again for RR. He doesn't have much mana left. Does get the chains off. Cookie back in from RR. But Cuckoo is laughing already as he knows Savage has got the kill. It looks like they want to try for a Roshan play now.
Kill Cuckoo. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, Mike. Into the Roach pit they go. Savage cancel TP ditched.
X out.
Huh?
Oh, they've got Raging again. Raging. He's been having a tough time. Gets hit by the boat, gets silenced up, and does die. And that's something I forgot about. I didn't really realize during the game, but not only is Jabs Bloodrighting, but so is Savage.
Yeah. They've got 2 ways to steal the Bloodright every time. And it's just so difficult. Like, there's just no progress being made here for Execration. 19k behind, 34 to 13. Cuckoo playing tag with Palos again.
Finds him as well. Fisher has the Echo if he wants it. Pings are coming out from Cuckoo like, hurry the hell up. There's the Echo out, and they do get the kill. Oh, poor old Palos. He does not have buyback, and he's going to be down for 1.5 minutes. In fact, I believe that was actually a dieback on him. Meanwhile, top lane, BDZ, also caught out now by Whitemon, is X'd up. He has the Glimmer Cape, and it's not going to mean jack crap as he is caught, and he says hello before he does die.
They gave that one to Whitemon too, just so the fella can start building up. So he won't be the imposter in their games, of course. Still.
Oh, top lane,
Carl.
Oh, Carl is perma-stunned and is dead. Just complete domination, a 24k net worth lead DOTA Plus is sitting at 99% for Among
Oh,
Us.
they called it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it should be at 100 at this rate. And that'll be it. A 2-0 victory for the side of Among Us. They just look unstoppable.
They are just way too good. The Dream Team. I love seeing these boys just prove everyone wrong. The Dream Team. You know, sometimes you get a lineup that everyone expects to do amazingly and they don't. But Among Us is delivering.